Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. I hope you're all doing well. Match preview plus predicted XI as Norwich City travel to Watford Tuesday, 6 o'clock kickoff. Looking forward to it. Well, I say looking forward to it. Norwich City are playing some absolutely dire football, some of the worst football I've seen in years. It's really quite worrying to see what's happening at Norwich City at the moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section as Norwich City face Watford, and with the players seemingly, there is that kind of culture and that kind of feeling that Norwich City have given up now on hopes of staying in the Premier League. So what you want to see is you just want to see some fight, and firstly you just want to see Norwich City get a goal, because we're completely lacking chances and we're in quite a sorry state at the moment. And look, of course Norwich City are gonna, it looks all but likely that they're going to be in the Championship next season, but what we have to do from now to the end of the season is get some confidence back to the fans, get some confidence around Norwich City Football Club going into next season, because in the medium and long term, our culture could be really damaged, particularly when you look at Norwich City going forward. As I've said, we've only scored one open play goal since New Year's Day, which is, horrific. And there could be a culture damage, going forward. All the players seem on different wavelengths. The chemistry's gone, and there might be some players in the dressing room who aren't going to fight for next season. Which could be maybe because Farke has not picked them. We're in a really difficult situation, and we need to make sure Norwich City show some fight and show that next season we're going to be up for it, and play people who actually want to be at the club. I think the one good thing about relegation is that the long-term finances look okay. With Stuart Webber, he's saved our club in the long term. And look, Stuart Webber's got a lot wrong in terms of the short term. Our recruitment has been poor, although I do feel a bit for Stuart Webber, because Stuart Webber is not the one who's not picking Amadou in central defensive midfield, and players like Amadou, Patrick Roberts on paper look like decent signings. So I do feel a bit for Webber. And obviously we haven't really gambled on trying to stay up. We haven't spent a lot of money, which is disappointing admittedly, but the long-term finances are in a good position. I just worry about the culture being damaged going forward. In terms of the predicted XI to face Watford, as I said, Watford coming up, they're in 17th place. They're 7 points ahead of Norwich. So if Norwich City were to win, we would actually go 4 points off 17th, which is absolutely bizarre that all the teams in the relegation zone have struggled to get points, and that's what makes this even more disappointing, that Norwich City haven't even been able to at least get one win or a few more points to put them back in the mix, because it was really, Norwich were really capable of getting back in the mix of staying up, but just the complete abject performances we've seen since lockdown has been really embarrassing and really disappointing to see. But yeah, Watford have still got everything to fight for. Nigel Pearson's come in and done a good job. Their key players, Sarr on the left, very quick, tricky winger, and obviously Troy Deeney up front, who's Mr. Watford, will be looking to get in amongst the goals. So it's going to be a tough game, and Norwich City are going to have to be switched on. But all I want to see, I just want to see us score some goals and play Farke ball again, because I worry going into next season that we're not going to be the same attacking talent with the confidence and the patterns of play, which was so exciting last season. So we need to make sure we attack and try and show Farke well again to give us confidence going forward. This is the team. I'm going to put that up straight away, talk through the team. Unfortunately, in the press conference, it's come out that Todd Cantwell has got a slight injury and won't be able to face Watford, although he might be able to come back against West Ham. So the Todd Cantwell injury is not too bad. At least it's not a major injury, and I'm sure we'll be able to see Todd Cantwell in a Norwich City shirt, perhaps for the last time, because I do think Todd Cantwell will be one of the first ones to go. He's too talented not to play in the Premier League after we've seen his 6 goals, and he's been a real breakthrough star. But yeah, the team: Tim Krul in goal. As I said, probably our player of the season. Back four will remain how it is: Lewis, Godfrey, Klose and Aarons. I thought Godfrey and particularly Tim Klose were poor against Brighton, but you can understand Tim Klose being poor. He hasn't started a league game in 18 months prior to lockdown, so you can understand Tim Klose being a bit rusty, and we should have had more centre back cover. Why wasn't Sean Raggett at Norwich City Football Club? These are decisions that are going to have to be looked at and scrutinised. Central defensive midfield pairing: Alex Tettey, who could be a slight doubt for Watford but should be able to play, and then you've got to play Mario Rancic. I mean, you look at players like Duda won't be here next season. Mario Rancic is someone who played such a huge part in the Championship season, and you'd think he'd be the first name on the team sheet. He's a fantastic player, and I want him to be in the dressing room next season. And you look at some of these players like Mario Rancic. Will he be bothered to play? Will he be up for playing in the Premier League after Farke's completely ostracised him? I'd be really annoyed if I was Mario Rancic, but give him some game time. He's our most creative talent, and when you've got a team like Norwich City who aren't scoring goals, you put your most creative players in there. It's simple. So yeah, he's got to play. And then the front three, Onel Hernandez on the left. He's been a bright spark since restart. I still think he hasn't been at his best. He gets into some promising positions and his end product's not there. But at least he's a player who's actually trying to fight for the badge, trying to, create things and get people off their edge of their seats. In the middle, in the cam spot, as you've got up on the screen there, Marcus Sheepman for me. Todd Cantwell's injured, so he can't play there. If Duda starts over Marcus Sheepman, I will be fuming. And look, in that cam role, I think it could be Duda, I think it could be Lucas Rupp, it could be Sheepman. Knowing Daniel Farke, it will be Duda or Lucas Rupp. And look, Lucas Rupp's done okay. He'll be here next season. I think he can do well in the Championship. But Duda is someone who, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and he's someone who I want his career to go well, but it can't go well in a Norwich City shirt. He won't be here next season, so why play him? Why play him? Norwich City are a self-funded club. The fans, pay a large proportion to Norwich City Football Club. Without the fans and without fans being able to, without season ticket holders, Norwich City lose a lot of their income, and the fans do have a big part to play in how Norwich City Football Club is run. And for me, I just think it's an insult to continue to play Duda. Someone who's not going to be here next season, and he's clearly not putting in the work rate and isn't putting in the fight. It's obvious. So play someone like Marcus Sheepman, who deserves an opportunity, and I wish him all the best. On the right, Emi Buendia, we all know about his creativity, and he's someone who's probably not going to be here next season because he's probably far too good for Norwich City Football Club. But yeah, get to be playing, and if he puts in a good few performances from now till the end of the season, his transfer fee and his price value might go up. And then up front, Adam Idah. Again, if I see Duda and Dermich on the team sheet, I'm going to be really disappointed. Adam Idah deserves a chance. I mean, he comes on against Brighton and he hits the post, with the last kick of the game. He's a fantastic player, someone who is young, someone who could be in the first team next season. Give him that game time, give him the opportunity to start, and I'm sure he'll be able to flourish. So that is the team I would play. As I said, why not? I just want to see Daniel Farke, pick an attacking lineup so we can try and score goals. We've got nothing to play for. At least just go and show some fight. As I said, this is a self-funded club, and the fans, help towards the club and the funding of the club. And I feel like the likes of Duda just haven't worked, and we deserve to see the likes of Sheepman, and let's see what we can do. In terms of what people are saying on the socials, I will leave my socials in the description, and if you do want to get involved, do reply to my Instagram feeds and things like that to get on the channel. Let's see what some people have to say. Josh Martso says, shocking. Onel, Todd, Emi, Idah and Rancic need to start to have a chance of winning. Yeah, on that point, I mean, Onel Hernandez is, as we've spoken about, someone who is a bright spark. Obviously Todd's injured, but yeah, Idah and Rancic need to be given more game time because they're excellent players in the Championship. They can really flourish, but if they're not given the game time, particularly someone like Mario Rancic, then will they be up for the fight next season? And Farke needs to make sure he gets the dressing room on side, because our Championship season was built on a strong unity, togetherness, and a strong dressing room. And if you start to pick players who, or you start to ostracise players and have your favourites, it causes that friction. And we've seen it in numerous other seasons, particularly with Alex Neil, where this has happened. And I don't want to see it happen again, because I want to see Farke flourish. I don't want to see Farke sacked. I want to see Farke go on and do well, but need to have a good dressing room if Farke wants to be successful next season. Simple as that. Aaron Tower says, sell everyone and rebuild apart from Krul, Lewis, Buendia, Onel and Leitner. Thanks for the comment, mate. I wouldn't sell everyone, but I certainly agree with the idea of you need to rebuild the squad, and you need to play players who actually want to be here next season. And are up for the fight. And Watford, this is a really winnable game. Watford is 17th. This isn't like we're playing Liverpool or Man City or even the likes of Chelsea. This is Watford. This is a team who Norwich City on paper can more than beat. Ollie Parton says score a goal at least. Yeah, I agree, mate. And we'll finish with Alex Lucy, who says, show some fight and passion. And I think that sums it up perfectly. You just want to see, in the last 5 games, some fight, some passion, and for players to actually, try and fight for the shirt. Try and fight for the shirt, because that's what we need, and that's what's going to get the fans back on side as well. As I've said, it's really sad what's happening at football at the moment. Obviously, a lot of clubs are losing money, and you look at Wigan, who have gone into administration. I'm happy we're not a Wigan, and I'm happy Norwich City are run by someone like Stuart Webber, who's good for the long term. But once fans get in the stadium, I think Norwich City will be in a much better financial situation. And let's just show some fight, let's show some passion, and let's try and get some confidence and harmony going as we go into the last 5 games and look to probably get out of the Championship. They're my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Watford away. It's going to be an interesting one. I just want to see us score a goal at least, or have at least more than 2 or 3 shots on target. And I just want to see Farkle back. That's what I want. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Norwich City Central if you're new. Almost at 3,200 subscribers, so thanks a lot for that, and I'll see you later.